The Masked Rider, Kamen Rider Zeztz, pilot episode. The story takes place thousands of years ago where several trained masters were taken over by dream monsters called Nightcrawlers who are led by the King of Dreams known as Nightmare, who plans to escape the universal world of dreams and turn reality into an actual living nightmare until a mastered sorcerer named Lord Rikuki, who sealed Nightmare in the depths of nightmares to prevent him from returning to the mortal world, but left some of his dark magic behind as he sends the Nightcrawlers to enter people's dreams, waiting for the day when their master returns to turn nightmares into reality. In the present day in Lwood late at night, a group of thugs are broadcasting a live stream of them holding a young model named Hazel Quinton hostage for ransom up to several $1 million, or else they would kill her if they don't give in to their demands. As the main leader was threatening Hazel to tell her loving fans and her father, Captain Jordan, to pay up the ransom, one of the thugs comes in and starts to beating down a couple of the thugs and releases Hazel from the restraints as the person reveals himself to be an undercover agent named Zeztz, aka Agent 7, who is sent on a mission to rescue Hazel from her captors. Agent 7 battles against the thugs in order to complete his mission to save Hazel and face her captor until he notices that the captor is beginning to get frustrated as the moon turns red and shines at the captor to turn him into a Nightcrawler known as the Thug Crawler. So now Agent 7 has to deal with the Thug Crawler as he starts shooting his machine gun arm at him until he falls off the building. But Stewart actually lands on the floor of his bedroom when he realizes that his entire mission was only just a dream. As Stewart gets up from the floor and starts to get ready for school, he gives an introduce to himself as he say that he's just a regular boy who dreams about becoming a secret agent to help save the world from international threats across the world. But due to his clumsiness and odd luck, which usually gets him seriously hurt or get into trouble, it makes it harder for Stewart to achieve his dream as he is forced to be more like a normal kid without getting involved in something dangerous, as his older sister, Carla, is overprotected over him since he barely survived the car accident when their parents died. A few moments later, Stewart started to feel extremely sore despite being inside his house every day and unable to do any physical activities to avoid getting hurt, and notices he has a bullet wound on his shoulder where he was shot by the Thug Crawler in his dream, but he doesn't believe that what happened in his dream actually happened in real life since he's just a normal kid. Meanwhile, in an old warehouse, the group of thugs from Stewart's dream were actually realized they were wondering who was Agent 7 and if he actually did die from falling off the building, until the main leader shows up and orders the thugs to tell all of Lwood to double the ransom since he refused to take any chances if Agent 7 actually did survive the fall, as he was close to achieve his dream to be the most respected criminal in the entire world. Meanwhile, back at Lwood High, Stewart is studying on lucid dreaming as he was wondering if his dreams are actually coming to life until he sees a couple of bullies picking on a boy liking the Masked Rider since they believed that he's just a made-up character that nobody cares, as Stewart stands up for the boy and tells the bullies to back off or he'll have to deal with them the hard way. The bullies laugh at Stewart as they began to beat him up for messing with them. But Stewart doesn't give up as he runs towards one of the bullies to tackles him to the ground and was about to brutally beat him up for bullying a boy for liking something until he realizes that he is on the middle of the road and sees an upcoming car approaching their way. So now Stewart decides to push the bully out of the road to prevent him from getting hit, leaving Stewart to get run over, which caught the attention of all the students to witness what just happened as they called an ambulance to take him to a hospital. 3 hours later, Carla runs towards the hospital as she sees that Stewart was okay, but injured from getting run over by a car, as Carla scolds him for doing something so reckless and dangerous just to defend one person from a group of bullies, as it reminds her of the tragic day where their parents died from the car accident. After Carla left the room as she talks to the doctors about his condition, Stewart blames himself for getting himself hurt again, as he thought to himself that he should have left the bully to get run over for picking on that boy, but he knows that heroes don't just leave people in danger and expect it to be okay, even if they are terrible people or not. So now Stewart gets some rest and he falls to sleep for him to recover properly, but doesn't hear that a small figure named Ridian hops on top of Stewart's hospital bed as it attaches itself onto his heart and begins to share a connection with him. A few seconds later, Stewart wakes up in an interrogation room where he is introduced to a woman named Commander Zero as she tells Stewart that he is lucid dreaming, which allows him to gain access to a secret organization known as the DVA, Dream Variant Association, located inside his subconsciousness in the world of Dream. Commander Zero tells Stewart that the DVA have been monitoring him in his dreams for a long time since he is very skilled and brave to save many lives as his alter ego. But Stewart doesn't believe that since he thinks that all of this is a dream until Commander Zero shows him some live footage of him actually battling against the thugs as Agent 7, which made him convinced and shocked to realize that all of his dreams were becoming reality and he is actually a real secret agent this entire time. Just then, Commander Zero tells Stewart that he was born with all those skills and knowledge since his parents were once agents of the DVA to protect the people's dreams from the Nightcrawlers who plan to free their master, Nightmare, from his eternal prison in the depths of nightmares to finish off what he started. When Commander Zero gets an alert from the agency that the thugs are broadcasting another live stream where they want Agent 7 to come up and face their leader again. If he doesn't show up, then the thug crawler will kill Hazel in front of everyone watching around Wood. Stewart was shocked to figure that he got hurt from fighting against the thug crawler without being there in the first place. As Commander Zero prepares Stewart for his first mission as an agent of the DVA, Ridian appears from his chest and Commander Zero explains to Stewart that Ridian is a little alien who came from the planet Ada to search for a worthy user to hold the powers of the legendary hero known as the Masked Rider to enter the world of dreams to put an end to the Nightcrawler's plot to bring back their master. So now Stewart accepts Ridian's help as Commander Zero gives him the Zeztz activator and Rider capsules to defend himself from the thug crawler this time. Meanwhile at an abandoned mansion, the thug leader is starting to grow impatient as he was prepared to kill Hazel live on camera until Stewart shows up as Agent 7 as he kept his promise to face the thug crawler on his own to free the thug's leader. The thug crawler laughs at Agent 7 for thinking that he would actually save a criminal from his own corrupted dream since he did kidnap a young model for ransom. But Agent 7 tells him that he once saved a bully from getting run over by a car even after picking on a little boy, as it reminds him that heroes don't just leave people in danger and expect it to be okay, no matter how terrible the people is or not. As the thug crawler was started to get annoyed by Agent 7's cocky attitude, he was about to shoot at Hazel until Ridian jumps in front of the thug crawler's face as a distraction for Agent 7 to save Hazel in the nick of time while taking down the group of thugs on his own. After Hazel was safe and went into hiding, Ridian jumps back into Agent 7's heart to give him the Zeztz activator as he wears around his shoulders and inserts the impact capsule to transform into the Masked Rider as he charges at the thug crawler to prepare himself for his first fight. The Masked Rider begins to manipulate all physics of reality to his advantage like in his dreams as he manages to weaken the thug crawler just a little bit and energizes his Zeztz activator to perform the Rider kick to finally defeat him for good as he reverts back into a normal person again. When the Masked Rider removes the Rider capsule from his Zeztz activator and reverts back into Agent 7, Hazel runs towards Agent 7 to thank him for saving her life and asks him who he is, but Agent 7 doesn't tell Hazel his actual name, but instead tells her that he is the Agent of Dreams and will always be watching over the city in their dreams as he notices that the police are coming and leaves the area without a trace. Just then, Hazel's father, Captain Jordan, is relieved that she is safe and unharmed as he tells her who saved her. But Hazel only said that the Masked Rider saved her, which shocks her father since he heard of that name before, referring to the original Masked Rider of Wood back then. As they both left the old mansion and the rest of the other police officers arrest the thugs, back at the DVA, Command Zero congratulates Stewart on a job well done as she welcomes him to the Dream Variant Association to prevent the return of Nightmare, but tells him that nobody should know who he is since his dreams are becoming reality, which may put himself and his family in danger until Stewart put his glasses back on since he believes that nobody could recognize him without them, which Commander Zero approves of and believes that might be true too. The next morning, Stewart wakes up from his dream and notices that he's still wearing the Zeztz activator as he hears Carla coming to his hospital room as he quickly hides it and pretends like everything is okay, as Carla is glad that Stewart is okay and apologies for scolding him about protecting a young boy from those bullies, especially saving someone from getting hit by a car since it was the right thing to do. Stewart smiles at his sister and accepts her apology as they both eat breakfast together. But Stewart knows that the world is still in danger by the Nightcrawlers as he tells himself that whether if people have dreams or nightmares, the Nightcrawlers will always appear and corrupt the people's mind to take control of their body, as he swore to himself that he'll always protect the people of Wood from their corrupted dreams as the Masked Rider.